Hey, welcome to Guitar Knobs, the guitars, gear, noise, and nonsense podcast, hosted today by these knobs.
Tony Dudzik, Pick Guardian.
Hey everybody, it's me, Todd Novak. Welcome to the Guitar Knobs podcast. We're thrilled to death that you're listening to a show.
A show of shows.
Yes, we are doing our favorite thing we do every week. Hilariously, I only see Tony when we do this. You know, we need a little bit. He needs some distance from me more than I need distance from him. But I understand that.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's a thing.
It's a thing. I need my space.
But then we ran into each other. Last time it was at the colonoscopy shop.
Yes.
I think that's what they call it, right?
Yeah, I believe that's the technical term.
But then this time it was at the restaurant.
Oh, yeah,
like,
behind the restaurant.
Behind the we didn't need to tell them that.
I gave you my
That was
parking.
weird.
I gave you my parking space.
What are we doing behind a restaurant? Yes, we were looking for a place to park. Just everybody calm down.
Easy now.
Yeah. So that was kind of funny. Yeah, so that's it, I guess, really. Except for this incredibly smart, pretty funny, moderately talented. Oh, he just left. But
Oh, yeah.
the other person that's here is a super smart, super handsome, very creative, talented luthier named
Chase Gullett.
There you go. Everybody forgets that, like, we need last
Yeah,
names
last
for
name.
context.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Chase
Yes.
of Gullett Guitars is in the house tonight because we have something very
Big news.
biggest
of big news.
Big news. It's going to be really fun. We're going to talk all about the things. Should we? No, we shouldn't just yet.
What?
We shouldn't announce what it is yet.
Not yet.
Yes, not just yet.
Not yet.
We'll wait till we get to the announcement part.
Yeah. Oh, let's keep them hanging.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
and Chase, where
kids
can
call
people
that
go
edging.
check the what?
Nothing.
Now I gotta fucking clip that out, you bozos.
Oh.
Chase, where are you?
Where can people go to find
I'm
your
trying to
stuff?
find out where he's located first, so people have an idea of where he builds
Okay.
his stuff.
Sorry.
My shop's in Delaware, Ohio. We are north of Columbus, roughly 20 minutes.
Yeah. Close by.
Yeah,
A new
give
suburb.
or take 20 minutes.
That's a new suburb.
Yeah.
feels
and then
practically.
Yeah.
now, Tony, go ahead.
What?
You may ask.
What?
You have the floor.
Oh, may I?
Yes.
Oh, where can people go to find the things that you make?
Also in Delaware, Ohio, at my shop. Also, though, as Todd is giving me the eyeball here, I should
Yes.
mention that we are also on the internet. Most of the stuff we post up on Instagram, if you follow that page, you'll see a lot of the current stuff when I feel like posting. You'll see some repair work. You'll see some guitar stuff on there. The handle's just Gullett Guitar on Instagram. That's a good place to find current works.
Yeah.
If you are looking for something specific to purchase, though, maybe reach out because I am slow at updating the website. So I may have inventory available that you just don't know exists.
That is true.
And if Chase's name sounds familiar to the listeners, they may remember from I don't know how many episodes ago. When
been on a few times.
When we had,
Couple.
well, he's been on a couple times, but most recently with John Page.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Chase, in addition to making his own line of incredible instruments, is also doing some custom building for John Page.
Yeah. We are the principal master builder for John Page signature guitars. So,
Nice.
kind of a cool thing. We get to make all the cool stuff and get to work with just an absolute legend in the guitar community.
Indeed.
So, it's cool.
Indeed, yeah. You are a busy fella.
Yeah.
Yeah. Putting it lightly. Like I always feel bad when I call because I'm like, I'm or even worse when I go down there, which I try to go down just to see my friend.
It's actually up.
Up. Yes, go up there. I don't know. I still can't figure out where I am. Because
Mr.
he's got like
Geography.
27 projects going on at any given time. So
Yeah, it is an incredible shop.
yeah.
Yeah, I can be a little tricky. I'm either 100% go, or you won't even get a text back. When I shut off, I shut all the way off, unfortunately. But
No, it's not,
it's the way it
you need
goes,
to do
man.
that
The work
sometimes.
balance sometimes can get a little out of control.
Yeah.
You got to hit the pause button.
Indeed. Well, we are going to talk about some of the awesome things he's been up to. And then, as we mentioned before, we got a really big announcement that we'll get to in a little bit.
Yes.
But on the lines of those big announcements, I'll I wanted to. We're going to give away our second pedal.
Numero duo.
This is the Footloose Effects Pepper Box. Pepper. This thing looks awesome.
Put a little pepper.
And I'm handing it over to Chase.
Throwing it to Chase
so he can check it out.
My way. Oh, dude, that's rad.
Yeah, in the official orange and black colors of the
cool.
guitar
It's
knobs.
kinda like
With orange sparkle. I mean, it kind of looks like a 60s or 70s wallpaper.
like a mod
kind of thing.
wallpaper. It's
like
really
a Las
cool.
Vegas hotel.
I like the little bit of flake in there, too. It's
Yeah.
got some sparkle effect to it.
Footloose
That's
Effects
cool,
makes
man.
really, really cool stuff. I'm a big fan of his, and I'm just glad that he was into doing this for us.
Well, didn't you, after receiving this,
I did.
you ordered your own
I
version?
did, and I
the Pepper
posted
Box.
that. That's on. You can go see that on Instagram right now.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's nice.
and we'll post pictures of this. But this is going
Two.
to Vader and pedals.
Vader and pedals, you say?
Yes, y'all.
It goes to show you that even pedal builders can use more pedals.
Well, more importantly, our supporters
Yes.
can use more pedals because
Yes.
we're giving all this stuff away right now to our supporters on Patreon.
in honor of our...
In honor of our 10th anniversary, because we can't do this without the help of these people.
Yes.
And we could. It would just be grim. It wouldn't. No, I don't even think we could. It's just too much logistics involved. My wife would divorce me. Anyways, so very excited about that. We still have many things to give away. We've got 8 more prizes to give away. Hangman Effects has given us a pedal to give away. Not only has given us a pedal to give away, but remember that big box of pedals that we just did for everybody?
I do remember that.
That we did an episode on?
Yes.
So all those are going to be available for the Four at the Door.
Oh.
Yes. Big thank you to Hangman Effects. Dudes, please follow him on Instagram if you have not already. That dude is a mad scientist, a mad audio scientist. His shop looks crazy. He's making crazy stuff, and the craziest thing about being all that crazy is when you get it, it's like this is super well put together. Like it's not haberdashery with duct tape and all kinds of stuff. It's legit, really nice stuff. So thank you so much to Hangman Effects for doing that. Also, I wanted to share something. We've gotten so much feedback for announcing our 10th anniversary and everything, and we're sitting with it for a while. It's a long labor of love, and it was, what are you guys talking about the 10th anniversary? Because it's really damn important to us. That's why, and as it happens, it seems to be important to some other people, too, who have been sending stuff in. I wanted to read this. This is from Brian Robison, who's been with us, I think, since 2018, something like that. Anyways, he said, "Hey, Todd and Tony, I wanted to congratulate you on 10 years of the Guitar Knobs podcast. I checked my Apple Podcasts app, and it looks like I first discovered you around episode 73. That's a long time ago. And that was Farm Pedals. If you haven't checked out Farm Pedals, still making them. Actually, we need to get back. We need to check in with Farm Pedals. Doggone it.
Make a note.
I'm making a note. I was traveling for work a lot back then and listened to a lot of episodes on planes. Not on planes, but episodes while on planes and in hotel gyms. Y'all have always had something special, and I'm a better and more educated player because of the two of you and Jared. Wow.
Nice.
I'm really excited for the coffee mugs. So we did send out 10 coffee mugs only to the first 10. We sent them to the first 10 subscribers that are still with us. And he was one of those people, and I got him. So he says, one of my favorite things to do on a Sunday morning is to make a pot of coffee, sit on the couch, and watch the latest episode of Chicago Music Exchange's This Just In. I'm looking forward to adding my new Guitar Knobs mug to the mix. I also wanted to give you a personal update. I've been playing in a regional country band called Wild Heart for the last 3.5 years. We gig a lot, at least 2 to 3 weekends a month from March to October, and most gigs are 3 to 4 hours. That's a lot of playing. Last June, I started experiencing numbness and painful cramps in my hands, and I was like, wow, this sounds familiar.
Yeah.
My father had rheumatoid arthritis, and I was concerned that I may have it, so I went to the doctor. I was getting to the point where I couldn't make it through a gig without losing a feeling in one or both of my hands.
Oof.
Yeah. I was also waking up in the middle of the night with painful spasms and shooting pains running up and down my arms. That sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
It was brutal, depressing, and debilitating. It got so bad I was afraid I was going to have to give up music, that's a hard thing to reckon with, and I was right there with you, man. I mean, not with you in your journey, but I can relate. Luckily, I found a wonderful hand surgeon here in Indiana. After several rounds of tests, I was diagnosed with severe carpal tunnel syndrome in both hands.
Yikes.
I had surgery on my right hand in August and my left in September. I even managed to play a gig on bass in between surgeries. Post-surgery, I went to occupational therapy and regained the strength in my hand. This is both hands. Now, 6 months later, I'm fully recovered and I'm playing guitar at an entirely new level. I took over the rhythm position in Wild Heart, and the band is gearing up for another busy season. I'm sharing this story because I want you to know how much the podcast has helped me recover. There were quite a few weeks during my recovery where I couldn't play instruments. I listened to the podcast on my way to and from therapy and at home while I did my exercises. It was encouraging, and I couldn't wait to heal and get back to playing. Your episodes are inspiring and make me want to play, tinker, collect, and chase sounds. The podcast has also connected me to amazing builders. My Echo Park is finally getting the stage time it deserves, and I just bought a new set of T-tops from Zach at Brandon Wound to put in that new pickguard I bought from Tony for my soon-to-be primary stage guitar. I'll send you all pics when it's complete, and I can't count how many pedals I've bought and guitars I've lusted after over the years. Thank you again for being you. I count y'all as friends, and I'm so fortunate to be part of your universe. Lots of love, Brian. Brian, that hit Tony and I right between the old heart muscle there. And we just can't thank you enough. It's one thing to have those sentiments. It's another thing to actually take the time to put that down. Most of us, we text bare minimum to people that are mainstays in our life. So when we get something like this, it really does mean a great deal to us. So thank you so much. It is fuel for our fire. And glad that your hand is fixed. Because, that super duper sucks. Okay, so moving on.
Yes.
We need to find out what's going on in our music world this week. Tanya Bolonsky.
Yes.
Yes, also the league champion rock skipping finalist, not champion.
Finalist.
Yes, finalist.
But
but also league champion.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah. So he's going to tell us what's going on in his musical world this week, and then we're going to hear from Chase.
Well, this week...
Thank you, Tony. Chase. What do you... Go ahead, Tony.
Is it okay to talk now? No, I think I might have talked about this before, but just had another project come in for a Vox Delta 4 bass.
Ooh.
Now, a Vox Delta 4 bass is it's like a Vox Phantom-shaped bass guitar, but it's got every effect known to mankind, more knobs and switches and bells and whistles and built-in electronics. Crazy, crazy bass. But what is really interesting about this model and a lot of other Vox models that have a large pickguard on the front is the material they use just shrinks like mad. I mean, it gets wavy, it shrinks, it gets bubbly. It's a real mess. And I've done a couple of these before, and I have a good material that I like to use that looks actually pretty close to the original, except it's an acrylic material, and it's a brown marble tortoise for those interested. And it seems like everyone that somebody sends in, I always say, look, if you want me to make a guard that fits, you better send me the body and anything that touches the guard, because I guarantee you things have shrunk. So this guy sent me everything that I needed. It came in, and sure enough, this guard was just a mess. But it's going to come out really good when it's finished. It's I don't know if all of the electronics are working in it, but if you're a bass player, that's one to look up, because it's it's a bizarre looking guitar, and you have to really play around with it. It's like a very complicated effects pedal, only it's a bass. So yeah. So anybody out there has an old Vox that has a crinkled up bubbly guard, I can probably help you.
Okay. Noted. All right. Chase, what is going on in your music world this week?
All right. So this week, this past weekend, rather, because we're on Monday. So this last few days, I've been working on some private reserve necks for the Page project. So doing some ebony fretboards, some quarter sawn curly maple, and cutting fret wire and installing for that. And then I also was in the spray booth a little bit the last couple of days working on some flake finishes, which is always satisfying, but you spend the rest of your life cleaning flake out of your booth afterwards. So that's the downside of it. But so it's just the same day-to-day cutting wood and building guitars, man.
All right. Excellent. He's checking to see if that was enough.
Would you like me to elaborate on any of those things a little further? I can.
Yes. No, we'll get into that in your actual thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Todd Lish, what about you?
Well, so one of the cool things that we got for our giveaways that just arrived in the mail just a little bit ago is the Nuclear Audio Fission Drive. Now, we had him on the show, and we played it before.
Yes.
But it's been a minute. And the coolest thing is, Tony, do you recall where we said, you really should put red anodized aluminum knobs on this?
I remember.
Guess what's on it now?
Red anodized
aluminum knobs. And that's the one that we are giving away. I just wanted to get more familiar with it. Just go like, let me play this again. We play with things, and then we have to move on and stuff. And that was just really fun. Just kind of plug in and kind of get reacquainted with that pedal. So that's a great pedal, and that's going to be going to one of our supporters.
Oh boy!
Yes, indeed. So, anyways, that's what been just a week, busy week. So when you're busy, you have a little less to do. But I'm still putting together the catalog in the wee hours of the night. My daughter had prom, and so they took over the basement. So I sat upstairs in a chair.
They had the prom in your basement? It's a very small school.
That was the after party, yes. They had the after party in the basement. And so I stayed up really late. And
You didn't call me to chaperone?
No. I was inputting all of the data for the catalog for the Four at the Door.
Four at the door.
Which is, it's an undertaking.
Coming your way.
Yes, but as soon as I get it all done, yes, that's the deal. So, but that's also kind of fun because I kind of nerd out on that stuff, and it's neat. Anyways, what we don't have is a Four on the Floor, but what we do have, if we had the Four on the Floor, was a sponsor for the Four on the Floor. And we would just like to give a massive shout out, especially for the last several years, to Tour Gear Designs. They make our favorite patch cables, ones that are constantly in use in
I believe they are called the only patch cables that matter.
It might be, yes. I think they licensed that from Joe Stromer. But also, those are going on the board, the Four at the Door board.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited about that because now we get another thing that we can put back into people's hands and
exactly.
Get them used to it.
They can see it firsthand if they haven't already gone to tourgeardesigns.com, loaded up their cart, bought a whole bunch of different lengths and shapes.
Yes.
And then they hit the buy now. But wait, don't be shocked, because when you hit that purchase button, up pops a box.
That's right.
It says, hey, you got a coupon code or what?
Yeah.
And in that coupon code box, you put in
The guitar knobs.
All lowercase. All one word. And you're going to save 15%. That's right.
We're pretty good at this. All right. And thank you to Tour Gear for sponsoring our Four on the Floor. And let's get on with some of this.
Get a little bit of this.
Yeah, that was a good one. I didn't punch it in. So we're here talking to Chase, and let's just get to our big announcement.
Can we do that in this? Oh.
Well, that's what you're here for.
Okay. So actually, what we're trying to do, Todd was at the shop hanging out in one of his random moments of Saturday hangs that he does. Just pops in. He's like, hey, homie, what you doing? I was like, I'm working on this thing. And the thing I was working on, as Todd is telling me all about his 10-year anniversary, which means that we've known each other about 10 years then at this point.
You're a very early guest.
Yeah, first people. Yeah. So anyway, we were talking about this, and to celebrate it, I'm working on this prototype Cobra model here, and I was like, we should do a guitar for the show. So that's what we've got here. We've got a prototype carved top version of my Cobra model. We've loaded this guy up with a set of Brandon wound wide range humbuckers.
Nice.
We've got an alder body, very lightweight. We did wood selection for the same.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was.
I have, and I'll post pictures of like the prelims. I'll post those before I show the actual real thing.
Yeah. So, I was like, let's do it with this guy. So that's
we switched
what
out necks and swapped necks.
Yeah, we did. We put 2 or 3 of them on there, and so we decided on what was right, and kind of went with there. We were going to paint this thing bright orange, and Todd was like, no, let's not do it, because it'll be on brand, but it'll also be a little Harley Davidson. I added that last part about Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
So anyway, we did this thing.
I think I said it would be a hard sell.
Yeah, hard sell. So what we did is we did this guy up in a really nice vintage sunburst, kind of 60s style. It's got vintage tent neck on it, maple fretboard, bound body, clues and tuners, Goto hardware. Really just cool guitar, man. It's really lightweight. Very comfortable, very cool. So
it's kind of shockingly lightweight, I think.
Yeah,
Not so light that it feels weird, but when you look at it, it's lighter than how it looks.
There's a few things that come into play there. Part of that's one of the biggest factors is wood selection. I've had the opportunity to start sourcing a lot of my body woods and neck woods from a contact that I got through John, and the wood that we've been getting in has been fantastic. It's all weight rated, and it's really nice and resonant. So this is made with one of those body blanks. So we've got a cool guitar here, and we're also
well, what are we going to do with this cool guitar? Are we just going to sit here?
We were planning on a whole show talking about this. Man, you just knocked that out in 30 seconds.
Okay.
Jay Money Christmas. I gotta back the truck up a little bit.
So, yes, this is a beautiful guitar. It's light, sounds great. What are we gonna do with it? What's in the box?
We're going to make sure that this is available to win.
Yes.
For all the people.
Yes.
What would you say that this guitar retails for typically? Now, I realize this is the first one.
Yeah.
Which is also a very, very cool factor about this. This is the first time this guitar has ever been built.
This is true, which is kind of cool about it. So it's based on the Cobra model. This guy here, ballpark, I haven't done all the hard math on it yet, but roughly 3,800 as optioned would be around where we'd be on this guy.
So at this point in time, what we are going to do is we want to make sure that this guitar gets in the hands of somebody that truly wants it and wants to help others who might be in need. We're going to give this money to charity. We have 100 entries.
100.
We are going to do 100 entries at $50 per entry. You can enter as many times as you want.
Those are damn good odds.
Damn good odds for a damn fine guitar at a crazy entry price.
Yes. Details to follow.
Details to follow, yes.
So, what you're telling me,
Yeah.
there's going to be 100 chances to win.
100 chances to win.
$50 a pop.
$50 a pop.
Enter as much as you want.
Enter as much as you want.
And you can get this incredible
And
guitar.
somebody's going to have this hanging
Somebody's
from
going
their
to
neck.
have this guitar.
Yep.
Am I allowed to enter?
You are allowed to enter. No.
Oh.
You can contribute,
Okay.
but you're not allowed to enter. So, and I think that's an important point, is that not everybody wants to win a guitar. I know that sounds insane, but some people are just like, I only play SGs, or something like that, or Stratocasters or whatever it might be.
Well, this
And
would be a CG.
Yes, and if this isn't necessarily your bag of chips for whatever reason, which I can't fathom, when we gave away the gold sparkled guitar,
Yeah.
we had people who say, I don't want the ticket. I want this to go to somebody who really wants it, but I want to help.
Yeah.
That'll be perfectly acceptable as well.
Yeah.
And you will be helping, and you will have good karma come back to you for sure. Asterisk, I can't guarantee that. Okay. And, we all did that. We worked on this together. We want to make sure that Chase feels like his very, very hard work and efforts are going to not only to one of the supporters of the show that keeps this going, but is also going to go to a greater good.
Nice.
Yes.
Let's talk more about the guitar.
Let's do that.
So, Chase, the Cobra model was that the first model that you came up with?
Technically, no. So the first model I came up with was the Challenger model, which I've also just recently released a carved top version of within the last year or so. But that said, the design sort of like stems from that. So the Challenger, when I was developing that, I kind of did this almost like mashup of like all these neat little like pieces of multiple guitars that I liked over the years and just thought were cool. And I'd mix in a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I kind of came up with this and this original design in the Challenger. And then from there, I sort of started nudging it into a little closer to a territory. So like the Challenger had some influence from like SGs and Jazz Masters, a little bit of Rickenbacker and Ibanez Blazers and Iceman and all these. If you look close enough, you'll see all these little nuggets of homage in there.
Yeah.
And with the Cobra model, what that was, I kind of took the basic Challenger outline and sort of nudged it a little further into like Jazz Master territory. So it's a little bit wider waistline on the lower bout. It's a little more
shorter.
offset. Yeah, they are a little bit shorter.
is.
A little bit shorter, but not much. You stick them side by side with a Jazz Master, they're pretty similar in size. And then this latest iteration with the carved top.
I'm sorry, I meant shorter than a Challenger.
Yeah, well, different scale length also. So that's the other thing. This is into the bolt-on realm of stuff where the Challenger was a set neck model.
Okay.
So, but yeah, from a design element standpoint, every one of my designs kind of stems a little bit of a spin-off from that original Challenger model.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or at least take some cues from it. So, but yeah, the Cobra, I've done several iterations of this over the years. I've done them with Strat pickups and Strat tremolos, and I've done them, done up as Jazz Masters with different, humbuckers or Jazz Master pickups, or you name it. I've kind of put something in one. P90s on a few of them. So this one's kind of unique. It's the first Cobra that is a stop tail, so like a Tune-O-Matic style bridge and tailpiece combination. It has the carved top, which I did similar to like an Aerodyne style. So it's got a nice subtle curvature to there, and it plays really well with the outline of the body. So as you sort of move the guitar around, it adds a lot of sort of like depth to it. It makes it feel like the carve's a lot deeper than it actually is, just sort of as an optical illusion based on the line work from the rest of the body outlines. This particular one, the prototype here, we also nudged. I was telling Todd, I actually pivoted on this thing. When I was first developing this, I very much was kind of leaning into that sort of like modern Aerodyne aesthetic. Just like clean lines, very minimalist kind of vibe is what I was going for. And as I was working on this sanding and getting it prepped for the paint booth, I just looked at it one afternoon and was like, man, this kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Starcaster. Like it kind of touched a little bit on that. And I think the biggest thing was probably the wide range humbuckers being in there. It kind of like made it feel a little bit like that. So next thing you know, I'm on the rabbit hole. I'm just looking at all these Starcasters and different finishes and things like that. And then that kind of dictated, and I pivoted a little bit. I developed a whole new pick guard design for it based on that, and a few other things that were kind of new and unique to this particular model. I'm really happy with how it came out.
And you also did custom pickup rings for this, for the wide range.
Yeah,
humbuckers.
I couldn't find something that I was happy with on the market, so I just I sat down. I use Fusion 360 as like a CAD software, and I use that sort of lay out and design my own rings, and then cut those on the CNC. And these are made out of 1/8-inch acrylic plexiglass. And I've actually double stacked the bridge pickup, so it actually has a clear plexi spacer on there too, which is kind of nice. And it sort of adds a little bit of a touch to the clear and black painted knobs too. It's like a very subtle sort of detail that kind of pops the two together.
Now you need to put some LEDs down in the body cavity.
I've done that on stuff in the past. I did a real early build. I had I tried lace alumitone humbuckers, and we put LEDs and backlit them in there, and had like the LED kill switches and stuff. That was on like a baritone I did back in like 2016 or so. And then we did some glow resin and some LED side dots and some other stuff on a few models since then for custom builds for guys. This also has the sort of atomic inlay set, which is kind of a cool set of inlays that I designed. We were talking about those earlier.
Very mid-century.
Yeah,
totally.
Absolutely. They kind of remind you almost like an In-N-Out burger sign. But they, what's cool about it is if you look at them, it's sort of the same kind of thing as like when I was looking at my design aesthetics for the Challenger or really anything. I like stuff to feel familiar enough, and I know this is the same trope every single person you've ever talked to that's designed a guitar is I want it to feel vintage and modern all at once, and that's that's the vibe that everybody's going for. With these, I thought it was kind of cool. If you look at them, you'll see hints of like Rickenbacker style inlays. You'll see hints of just standard trapezoids and just the overall vibe of just a block inlaid fretboard. So they're kind of cool. They
I also think it's extra cool because it's not you don't see a whole lot of maple with big black like inlay stuff.
Yeah,
like that's on the 70s vibe.
Yep.
Kind of like the bass on the Fender 70s vibe is like that, and a couple other things, but it's not super common.
Yeah. I think it's a cool look.
It is.
I've always liked block inlays. I've been a fan, like Les Paul customs and stuff like that.
With this particular guitar, because you've kind of like borrowed so many like influences, not least of all your own, it feels like this is a guitar that you could play in just about any music genre I can think of, and absolutely it would make sense.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of guitars that can do that. Especially when you're saying, I need it to look familiar. Okay, so that means it's going to have a vintage touch to it. Yeah. I want it to feel modern. Okay, that means that it's going to go out of its way to either be too clean or monochromatic or have technical things, that are on the guitar. Those are kind of, or make it, pointy or like, well, it's modern, so it's got to be for like new metal or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
It has a headstock.
Yeah, it does have a headstock, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I think the beauty of that is that, like, if you wanted to like murder this thing out, it would look sick.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do it turquoise with a white pickguard, it would be surf-tastic. Right now, it's just. You have a really great canvas for basically anything that you can think of.
Yeah, and that's like I think I've mentioned this iteration of this a few times on this, and it's because we've been doing this model since 2015-16. So while I haven't made thousands of guitars, I've had different versions of this. I've done them with German carves. I've done them with, flat tops and double binding and all these other iterations. And actually the flat top double bind thing is really rad on these two. But the carve top and then with this new pick guard, it did kind of take it in like a totally different territory. And that's one of the nice things about doing sort of original designs and sort of making all the pieces and the parts as opposed to buying stuff off the rack is there's no one picking it up. And actually this goes all the way back to the first time I was on the show with you guys, when you guys had Trombley out when we were in the garage and we had the Harleys going by and stuff. And, he mentioned at that time, picking up one of the challenges. He's like, what's cool about it, he's like, you pick up a Strat, you play Strat stuff. You pick up a Les Paul, you play Les Paul stuff. Pick a guitar, you play a thing that you associate that with. And what's cool about this is it's different enough that it isn't really associated with anything. So you kind of get to like do you on it. You're not locked into this sort of well, it looks like this, so I should be, staring at my shoes and running fuzz, or it looks like this, so I should be chicken picking. It's kind of like you can, choose your own adventure.
Exactly.
Which is cool.
And you don't have to settle for whatever the shop, the factory is going to put out. Like these are the 5 colors.
Yeah.
You make them. You can do whatever you want with it. So,
absolutely. Right now in the shop, I've got 2 more after I kind of nailed this one down and locked in some parameters. I've got a few more. I've got one I'm doing right now that's a single humbucker with the hardtail, and it is going to lean a little more stealthy, modern vibes on that one. Cool. I've got we're doing another one just like this with a rosewood board, and then we've got a couple others that we're going to kit out Jazzmaster style. I've got a really nice couple of sets of the Chris Swope's Descendant bridge and tremolo kits right now that'll be going into a few of these, along with some Brandon Wound noiseless JM pickups.
Yeah.
So we've got a few of these coming down the line right now. They're really cool.
But
some roasted necks.
This is the OG. This is number one.
This is the one. This is let me break some eggs. You were there, and I was like, oh man, I've got this thing I'm working on. I'm still figuring some stuff out on it. I was like, let's do this one. So yeah, this is that guitar, which is cool. It's got a little bit of there's something cool about that. Yeah. Too.
Well, it was a tremendous thrill to. When you first told me that you wanted to give this guitar away, knowing what goes into your guitars and knowing what they turn out to be. I mean, I had a very hard time of adequately carrying on for the day because I just felt like I got to say thank you again at least 100 more times.
No, man.
And I know you're not that guy, but this is a big one. And I've been blown away by the builders' desire to be involved in generosity and working with me and doing some custom stuff and the fact that, I mean, I didn't mention any of that to you. And you just said, I want to do this. That just made me feel so good, and I appreciate that.
Oh man, no, I mean, you guys, you've always been real supportive, and like you try to help out the community and sort of like bring recognition.
It started out with me just showing up. Like I just was thinking about this because I was like, I've just been like, hey, I'm coming over. I just been going just like, are you in the garage? Cool, I'm coming over. And you never said no.
But that's how it's always been, though. You know what I mean? Like
the guest that
guy
wouldn't
keeps
leave.
coming over.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. It's cool though. I mean that's the thing. It's hard,
Chase, it's like feeding pigeons. You feed the pigeons, they keep coming back.
So it was a tremendous thrill to kind of see this like actually coming together. Trying out the different necks. What about this one? What about this? He's reaching up. He's like, wait, I got this one. And that's when I think it was like the 4th neck you put on it that was this one.
Yeah.
And as soon as you hit that, I was like, that's money right there. That's it. That's it.
Well, and that's the thing. I think on this one, doing the maple, and we did an unbound neck on this one. But I think for this vibe, I think that fit really, really well.
Absolutely.
We could have done roasted and all that, which is also super cool stuff. Don't get me wrong, that's awesome. But this kind of hit on that vintagey kind of vibe, and you get into the roasted maple, and it kind of steers that ship a little bit different.
Yeah,
I think
it is. It feels like it's a little bit more locked into the 70s.
Yeah,
a little bit, which I think is a cool place to be. This would look amazing at Red Rocks or at Joe's Bar.
Yeah.
You know, I had and on the inside, it's not stamped 00001.
It is not.
It's stamped Guitar Knobs 10.
It is.
On the neck and the body.
To
And
celebrate the 10 years.
I got the pictures of you doing that, and that was just like, it was so cool. And you're like, well, it's official now. I have to make this thing.
Locked it, hammered it in.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you specifically about the wide range. That's not a pickup that is widely in use. And I think maybe that's something we could talk about right now.
Yeah.
Why did you put wide range pickups in that? And why is that something that we don't see on more guitars?
Well, okay. So, funnily enough, the why is pretty easy. The why is a few years back, I went through, I was prototyping different stuff. I think I was working on the Daytona model at the time. Which is very similar to the Cobra, just a little chopped on the horn. And I got it in my head that I wanted to do sort of like a Tele Custom and a Tele Deluxe kind of vibe, tip of the hat kind of thing. Neither one of them are actually that, but that configuration. So I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, and I bought a Lawler Regal, and I bought a Brandon Wound, and I bought a Duncan, and I tried these guys out, and I really ended up being happiest with Zach's pickups, the Brandon Wounds. Yeah. So I went ahead and ordered a couple of sets of them. I built a couple of guitars, and then I had literally one set of these that have just been hanging out in a toolbox for like a year and a half, 2 years. And I pulled them out, and I was like, dude, I got to put these in something. And that was this was not really designed for this. It was sort of out of let me test some stuff and use up some stuff inventory I've got in the shop is part of why these ended up in this guitar specifically. But I think, they've got a sweeter bass response. They sound really good. I'm real happy with Zach's work on them. And it was kind of like falling back in love with the pickups again, because I'd had them. We did 2 or 3 guitars with them. And then I was like, okay, now I want to, do something with P90s for a while. So, I'll get in these kicks where, you kind of go wherever the inspiration flows. That's one of the nice things about being like super small builder in that regard. You can do whatever you want. There are no rules, man. Like nobody's going to be like, hey, well, you did that with these that one time. I'm like, yeah, cool. And I did it with these this time. Like, do you want it with something else? I can build it that way. So it's kind of fun in that way. The downside of that, sometimes working with customers, you can get, there's a fine line though of like retaining control too. Like certain options, somebody puts something together, they have an idea for a guitar. It might sound great in their mind, but ideally it starts going too far away from sort of like your, aesthetic. And then it's tricky to kind of navigate some of that.
And your name's on the guitar too.
Yeah. So it's weird working custom shop stuff in that regard.
My chair is really noisy. Sorry.
It is noisy. I squeaked this earlier. And it was in the background, and I was like, oh man, they're going to think I'm over here just letting her rip.
Yeah.
So back to you were asking about why wide range humbuckers.
Yeah.
So when they were developed in the late 60s into the 70s, Seth Lover had to come up with something a little bit different than what he did for Gibson. And what he established there are, I guess trademarks and different things.
Supply.
Because he was...
He had designed pickups and built pickups for Gibson originally.
And then was
hired by Fender to make wide range humbuckers.
That's what I was trying to get you to elaborate on.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for guiding me through this. And to me, wide range humbuckers have a unique sound to them, slightly different than a typical humbucker because of the type of magnets that are used. In this case, the actual pull pieces are the magnets as opposed to
a
magnet bars or whatever like you would have in a Gibson. And they used a special compound of copper, nickel, and iron, cuneife, and it's a different. It's kind of hard to describe without actually playing it. And the other thing that he did was he offset the bass side and the treble side in terms of the adjustable pull pieces. There are 12 pull pieces in each magnet, but only 3 of them are accessible through the top of the cover, so you can adjust it that way. Mm-hmm. So it's a really unique setup, and I don't think I ever really appreciated them, because I had some guitars that had them originally, and they were always kind of like the redheaded stepkids of humbuckers. But I mean, there's been a kind of a renaissance of people using the wide ranges and now making proper magnets that would have been used, like in the late 60s into the 70s.
They're typically a little bit more pricey, right?
Well, because they're more expensive to make.
Yeah. Okay.
But people like Zach makes them, Lawler makes them, Duncan makes them, Mojo makes them. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of people that are making good replacements now, mm-hmm. and they're the modern renditions are actually maybe in some ways a little bit better, more consistent, I would say. And
for this type, so we've got them in this guitar. I'm just playing question asking guy. Okay, like the I don't know anything guy. Which is pretty much me. So, who's this going to sound good for?
Anybody. I mean, if you like the sound of humbuckers, but maybe a little bit brighter, maybe a little bit more defined sound. I mean, a typical Gibson PAF style humbucker tends to be pretty MIDI. Mm-hmm. I think that wide ranges tend to be a little more balanced on both the bass and the high end.
Mm. What do you think? Too bad they couldn't come up with a name that kind of captured that.
It's like a wide range of sounds.
I think the bottom end's a little softer on them. It's not as boomy or woofy, which is kind of nice. And the same thing, the top end's not as brittle. They're just great sounding, man. Anybody that wants to play any kind of music, like I said, it's a palette for you to use.
Yeah. I mean, and there's variations even on P90s. Like many builders, Lindy Fralin comes to mind. He'll make a P90 that has steel pull pieces in it, or the magnets themselves, rather than having bar magnets underneath. Mm-hmm. And they sound a little bit different than a typical P90, but, sometimes, depending on the sound that you're going for, it could be something that you want.
Yeah.
That's the sound in your head.
Well, one thing I like about them is that it's yet one other thing when you are, and I realize not everybody wants this out of life, but I have always found a great freedom and excitement in saying, okay, I know it's this, but what if I make it this? Mm-hmm. Chase and Tony know this all too well. Mm-hmm. I can't leave anything alone, and this is like one of those things. Like, this is how I can further differentiate or carve my own vibe for my music, for my whatever my aesthetic, my vibe, or just looking and going like, well, I got one of those too. That's cool. That's also acceptable. But I like that you put those in there because it does further differentiate it, and especially on the very first model, it's like, I do like the idea that somebody's going to get this, and pick it up and probably play something different than they normally play. Not radically, where it's like you can't play that, but whenever you get a new pedal or something like that, or you pick up a different guitar than you're used to playing all your music with, which I highly encourage. I try to do that regularly. Is that you don't get stuck in a rut, mm-hmm. and almost every single time you're saying like, oh, I didn't know I wanted to hear that sound, or oh, that makes me think maybe I could use this on a particular song that wasn't quite hitting right, or didn't feel like it had the certain je ne sais quoi, So I love that about this. Let's scratch my ankle. All right. So,
Do I have to?
yeah. So what's this come in at? Is this a welterweight, a featherweight?
Actually, what's funny? I've not thrown that on a scale. If I had to guess, I'd say it's really close to high 6s or 7.
I put up a 7.
Yeah, I can tell you, I use these weight-rated blanks a lot, and almost everything comes in 7.2, and this feels light to me in comparison to a lot of the stuff we build.
You took a lot off it.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too.
And it's got a belly cut.
It does. There's a belly cut.
And the wide range humbuckers need a bigger route.
They did need a bigger route. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That said, though, it's not like a universal route in there. I've done some models like this with universal routes before. This is sort of tight fit. The pick guard is
Minimal.
It doesn't even need to be there on this one.
He's just a
specifically.
little guy.
Yeah, it is. I did that sort of like LP
But it feels
style
good.
pick guard.
It looks right.
Raised off the body a little bit. It adds a little more dimension and depth.
Yeah.
To me, it rang a little bit more like a SG.
Early
pick
60s.
guard. Yeah, early 60s SG pick guard.
Yeah,
Has a
turn it
little bit
upside
more
down. Yeah.
character.
Yeah. I always do those little swoops and return curves. I don't know.
Yes.
It's a thing.
I do know.
Everyone else
I know
does
one
it too.
guitar you didn't do that
Yeah.
on.
I know. We had lots of arguments about that.
Oh, Vinny.
Vinny would have looked very different if I
We would have tamed those horns a little bit, man.
Anyways, so hopefully you are wildly excited about this. I have been sitting on this for a month and a half anyways.
Yeah, it's been painted and kind of sitting around the shop waiting for, finalization of some stuff for a little bit now. But yeah, it's I'm very excited about it, man. I think it's cool. I'm excited to offer it to you guys. I'm excited to get it in somebody's hands. I'm excited to help some kids out. I'm excited to, I'm excited about the entire prospect of this.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I'm excited about the guitar. I'm excited to build more of them. We've got a few more of these in the works right now. So,
Todd, you're going to get a bunch of photos and things posted.
Yeah.
And people can see what they're.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
going to do that. All right, we have tickled your toenails with all these delightful details. And we're beyond excited about this. We can't wait for you guys to see it. So I will get stuff out as soon as humanly possible, including I will put out a way to enter to win this.
Yes.
We want to make sure it's easy and we don't have to double back and say, actually, blah, blah. We don't want to do that. We want to make it right. So details on this are coming. In the meantime, we're giving away a whole bunch of other things. We still have 8 more goodies to give her, 7 more goodies to give away aside from that.
That's right.
So in the meantime, I'm going to keep sprinkling pictures of this,
please,
in betwixt our episodes and whatnot. And I just want to say just a colossal thanks to Chase for having such a huge heart to give this away to somebody who is going to assuredly cherish this thing for a very long time and play the living crap out of it.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's some big stuff there, buddy. Tony?
Yes, Todd.
We got some stuff here?
We got some stuff here, Todd.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, at this point of the show...
Would you rather?
At this point of the show is a little game we play called Would You Rather?
Uh-huh.
And I figured since we have a boutique builder with us today,
Ooh.
I would throw something out there.
I like it.
It was kind of funny. I was listening to NPR on the way down, and they were talking about AI and such, the taking over. The robots are taking over. So here's the deal. You've won the lottery. You got some spare cash. You've paid off the house. You put the swimming pool in the backyard. You got a Maserati in the garage. You're all set. You still got some cash left over. You say, you know what I'd like? I'd like a special guitar.
Ooh.
So you're poking around the internet and you find a boutique builder that looks like might foot the bill.
Yeah.
Someone like Chase. But then you head over to ChatGPT and you start plugging in all this stuff. You enter in all the things that you want, the pickups, the shape, and all that stuff.
Yes.
And AI pukes out this design.
Yeah.
AI is going to control the CNC machine. It's going to control the paint booth. It's going to control the plecking.
Chase's face is getting red.
I know. Now, here's, for those of you in a hurry. AI is going to do this for half the price and half the time. But you go back to the boutique builder, and he's going to, you tell him, this is what I want. I want all this good stuff. And he or she is going to hand make this thing, hand paint this thing, set it up. The downside is it's going to cost twice as much and take twice as long. So which would you rather? Would you rather have the boutique guitar that's going to take twice as long and cost twice as much? Or would you rather have the AI controlled and made guitar that's going to be half the price in half the time?
Well, I think this is pretty stacked.
Really?
Yes.
Based, son.
A little bit.
Well, no, actually, I think this is an interesting take. And the reason why is because this is a current, hot topic.
Yeah.
Because the AI takeover in that regard. And the thing is, there's intent that goes into this stuff. So all AI can do is it can search for something that somebody else has done, and it can find all these different examples of it, and then it'll mash them up and it'll spit out whatever slop you want it to do. And it'll do it at a cheap price, and that's fine and dandy. And I understand the consumer aspect of, well, I really want this, but I can't afford it. And that's there's an appeal there that I can appreciate. But at some point, AI is going to kind of eat itself. It's going to end up in this just big regurgitated thing of it feeding this system out. And then it's studying the same things it's put out there as it back feeds into itself. And there's no creativity there. There's no actual spark or intent. I have a million ideas all the time that I would love to just type into a thing and be like, hey, spit this out so I can see what it looks like. And the thing is, you lose the entire journey on there. That was something we talked about on, for instance, just the pick guard thing. This thing was supposed to, when I first started this guitar, the whole concept of it was going to be very much like a modern take. It's going to be contemporary, very clean lines, Japanese Aerodyne inspired kind of vibes.
Right.
Was the whole thought. And then I can't snap my fingers very well, but there was this click, I'm in the garage, I'm working on stuff, and I'm looking, I'm like, dude, this thing, it just needs to go a different way. You see something, and it's there's that flicker of inspiration. And that's something that AI can find my picture, I posted this, and it'll spit you out something like it. But it wasn't there at that moment of inception and that kind of concept. And I feel like that same sort of moment of inception happens when you're working with somebody and you're talking about your design elements and sort of bringing something to fruition, and also relying on the artist to sort of bring their work. If you're paying for AI, you're paying for a little piece of everybody's work. If you're paying someone else to do the work, it's not even about paying. It's about, you want what that person has created because that's what's important to you, is that it's their art and their creation. And I think that the AI thing is just kind of, it's don't get me wrong.
There's human.
Yeah. There's a million things that it's going to do and it's going to replace, and it's inevitable. And I get that. But I don't want my music perfect. You know what I mean? I want the flaws. I want the human element. I want that inspiration, and I feel like that's what you kind of would miss out on, kind of going that route. And it's sort of the thing that we're losing out on as a whole with almost anything in that regard. It's that work of sort of chasing down that idea and making it real, and that journey that kind of creates something cooler and better.
Your conversation to me is totally relevant. I completely agree. And it's funny because I remember after, all the cameras went digital.
Yeah.
Right? The same argument, roughly the same argument was made. It's there's an art to saying, this is the picture I want right now, and I got one chance to take it. And regardless if it's perfect or not, it's the picture that I chose in that moment. And that's special.
Yeah.
But when you take, 50 frames on either on any side, then it's just like, I don't know, is this one a little bit better than the other one? And you get the point gets a little bit lost.
It does. That's 100% factual, because I've got 7,000 photos of guitars on my phone right now. And most of the time, the best photos I get are I'm walking through the shop and I happen to glance at something. I'm like, dude, that looks bitchin' right now. And I'll snap a picture. Won't quite be framed. And then I'll be like, okay. And then I'll try to snap 10 more with getting the light right and tweak the angle. And it's like, it's cool, but it does. It eliminates that spontaneity of it.
Yeah.
That, and it associates that also, with your memory. Like, that instant of that was the spark. That was the moment. That was the inspiration.
Yeah.
Why did I get my phone out to take a picture in the first place? Because this is cool right now.
Okay, so without further ado, you're with a little bit of maybe a little why without going through the entire thing. Tony, go.
I'm going with the boutique builder.
Okay.
I don't mind spending more money or waiting a little bit longer, just for all the things that Chase said.
Yeah.
I mean, and it is it's like, do you want to pay an artist to paint a painting, or do you want to buy a print of that there's 10,000 of?
Right.
And AI is not perfect, and it does just go out there and glob off of whatever happens to be floating around on the internet. And you can maybe, if you're very specific with it, I'm not a big AI user, and I don't know how much you can really nail that stuff down, but I find it much easier to convey what I want with words to a person that's building it.
Yeah.
So that's
fair.
That's where I'm going.
Chase, I think
Chase is going AI.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a hand built, or not even necessarily hand built, just something that's created by a single person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That said, if I could sell one of my designs and all of a sudden be stamping stuff out, that'd be great. But that's not the point. That's not the point of it.
Yeah. Well, I too obviously am going to go with a boutique builder, but I think one of the, if not the only reason, is that I love rock and roll, and the
put another dime in the jukebox, baby.
Yes, the coolest thing about rock and roll is that it is messy. It is not perfect. It has all kinds of things that can go wrong, have gone wrong, will go wrong. And the reason that we like it is because it makes us feel something.
Well, there's a layer of that AI problematic issues there as well within that, of the not knowing what you don't know. It kicks out bad information all the time.
Yeah, you could end up with a 9-string guitar or something.
Yeah. Is that where you got that?
7 strings, 29.3 scale length,
Well, but for me, it's a little bit more about what's the spirit of it.
Yeah.
And we as guitar enthusiasts, I venture to guess that very few of us have ever just bought it and said, well, there it is. I'm not going to do anything to this.
Yeah.
No, if you do put different strings than that they put on, you've now done something different with it.
Yeah.
You find your own strap. You want to make it yours. That's the human connection to the things we do. That's what the whole show is about. Ugh. Anyways, enough about all that nonsense. We need to thank some people, Tony.
Yes, that's right, Todd. At this point of the show, there's a special group of people we love to thank. These are our executive producers. Now, an executive producer makes this show possible. How do you become one? Go over to patreon.com/the Guitar Knobs. Check out a couple different levels in which you can participate, become a sponsor, a friend, a hero of the podcast. Mm-hmm. Each level comes with some very nice thank you gifts and opportunities to win great stuff, and the list goes on and on. But in addition to all that great stuff, there's one thing more.
You get to have your name read on the thing.
Your name read on the thing. That's what I'm going to do right now. So special thanks to these executive producers: Anthony Lathrop, Brett Hogarth, Cameron Pampas, Darren Gregory, Don Kloss, Elad Mizrahi, James Bell, James White, John Esterley from Air Buzzer Effects, John Sebastian, John Halverson, Justin Jones, Ken Sayers, Michael Senchuk, Mike Davenport, Owen Eads, Pluton, Ralph Gottschalk from Wonderful Audio Technology. What? Richard Kendall, Rick Calhoun, Rusty Sneeden, Stefan Lamb, Tom Brazen, Trevor Ellenberg, Trevor Gunberg, Vader and Pedals, Caribou Gone, Ed Rossler, Uday Ram, Andrew Fryette, and Bob Clemire. Yes. But wait,
Excellent.
Todd, there's more.
Okay.
There's a special group of executive producers. We call them our Grand Poobahs.
We're doing a show here, Chase.
What are you looking for, Chase?
That's Bob Claymeyer.
Do you know Bob Claymeyer?
I do know Bob Claymeyer. He's a good friend of mine.
That's awesome.
Sorry, I didn't mean to catch that, but I was
We've
like,
been
hang
wondering
on.
how to say his name.
Claymeyer?
Claymeyer.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bob.
Clemire.
We're very French.
Sorry, Bob.
We're very French.
Yeah. Clemire.
Clemire.
Yeah.
We have an
it's
ongoing
Claymeyer.
joke. So give a shout out to Mr. Clapton.
Mr. Clapton. Okay. All right, Mr. Clapton.
Okay.
Well, Bob.
Inside joke, he'll get it.
Okay. Thank you, Bob. We appreciate you. Now, yeah. And P.S. Answer your emails that I sent you so we can figure this out.
Sorry for the sidetrack there.
Oh, that
I was
was-
like, wait, I know him.
No, that's awesome. Oh, that's great. I like that connection.
Yes, Todd. But there is another group, a special group of executive producers. We call them our Grand Poobahs.
Yes.
These are the creme de la creme, the top of the heap, the A number ones, and they wear a fez on their head while listening to the podcast. So special thanks to these Grand Poobahs: Anthony Jamalero, Billy Spitfire Unlimited, Bob Crouch, Brian Robison, Cody Foster, David Kaminga, David Tyndall, Enrico Fernando, Fox Hill Studio, Gregory Randall, Hex Matos, John Williams. Stop. Martin Cliff. Matt Hart, our poet emeritus, Michael Van Zant, Michio Murakishi, Moon Guitars, Pedro Vasquez, Sam Jett, Steve Keys, James Pennington, Zach Oswald from Brandon Wound Pickups, Jonathan Labate from M2 Labs, Ty Barnes, James Castellano, and Kenny Howe.
That is correct. And hey, speaking of Matt Hart, if you are anywhere near the area here in Columbus for any reason, on June 13th, we're playing a show together. So check that out on the Valentinos and also on the Guitar Knobs, and come see us. And say hi. We'd love to meet you. Okay, Chase, where can people get a hold of you?
Real quick, I want to also, Bob Claymeyer.
What?
Bob Claymeyer is also putting on a concert soon in Delaware.
Oh, okay.
For what that's worth, it's
right.
going to be. We're sponsoring it for the shop. Our shop's sponsoring it because it's in town.
Okay.
So at the Boardman Arts Park, June 7th and the 14th, he's going to have a handful of local bands playing out there.
Oh, right on.
Bob's a huge supporter of the arts. It's very cool to know that he's a supporter of your show too.
I think
So
yes.
that got me in the feels. I don't know why
No,
I'm
that's
like
fantastic.
leveling in
We
on
need
that
to be
so hard
Bob
right now,
Claymeyer.
but that is Bob's a great guy, man.
Okay.
So you can find my shop in Delaware, Ohio. You can get a hold of me through my website, gulletguitar.com. Again, if you don't see it on the website, look through the Instagram feed. I probably make it, and if I don't make it, I can make it. But yeah, send me email. It's probably going to take me at least a couple of days to get back with you because I'm a single human and I run a business, and it's hard to communicate with people all the time. So give me some patience, and I'll touch base as soon as I can.
Yeah, thank
Nice.
you. Tony.
Head over to pickguardian.com. Check out the stuff that I do. What do? I make custom pick guards for guitars. How do you get one? You shoot me an email. You let me know what you need, what you're trying to do. All the stuff. Give me the details. Just like Chat GPT or T.
Oh my gosh. I sound like I'm talking to my parents now. Just talk
That
without
chat,
all that stuff.
chat bot
Oh my
thing,
God.
you crazy whippersnappers. I'll make something special for you. You know, as Todd likes to say, it's your opportunity to make your guitar even more yours.
That is correct. You can shoot me a DM on Instagram at, that's our call sign, at Guitar Knobs. Just Guitar Knobs. And we'd love to talk to you. Tell us what's up. Say hi. Tell us about what you think of the show. Throw rocks at me. Throw rocks at Tony. Say nice things. Do whatever you like to do. We'd love to hear what kind of gear you're playing. What are you into? And you guys have any builders that you'd like to see on the show?
Yeah.
We always listen to that. It doesn't always work out.
How about a would you rather?
Not everybody's geared up to do this, but that's okay. Would you rathers? We take those as well. And be on the lookout for more announcements of the things that we are giving away, because it's pretty exciting times over here for us. And we're glad that you're with us. All right. Thank you, Chase, for your insane generosity.
No problem,
and
man.
sharing your time with us. It means a lot to us, and I know it means a lot to our listeners as well. Hey, everybody. Have a fantastic guitar week. Be kind, be thoughtful, and hang in there. Subscribe!
Nanu. Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing a bell. Somebody's
the door. Let him in.
Do me a favor.
And I'll punch you in the neck.
They used to put them in Volkswagens.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can.
No, I mean for a guitar pedal.
Yeah, same thing.
You feel good about that, Chase?
Feel good about what?
Yeah, well, it's how I roll, buddy. But anyways, I'm here all day. Come see me at the shop. You never come here anymore.
Is that how I sound?
No. There we go. That should do it.
Put some powder on it.
I pushed the right button.
Okay.
Is it safe?
Not soon enough. Failure.
Yeah. In cold blood.
All right, get my...
You are so lucky.
Ba-
I think I used that right.
Hang on. Oh, damn, dude. My claps are out. I'm running out of claps. And away we go.
Well, that's it for these knobs. Please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theguitarknobs. Visit our website at theguitarknobs.com for all of our past episodes, 4 on the Floor blog, and other good stuff. You can connect with us on social too at our Facebook page and share your gear and stories on our Facebook group. Also, be sure to check out our Instagram at Guitar Knobs. Catch you next time.